We have a massive shift on stimulus negotiations that was just released. Let's get right into it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. So let's get right into it and talk about what was just stated. This is a massive shift out of Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, or the Democratic Party. As we've been talking about for so many months now, they have been stuck at that $2.2 to $2.4 trillion price tag after coming down from roughly $3.4 trillion. Well, after the election, we haven't gone anywhere up until yesterday when we saw those three proposals hit the table. The bipartisan proposal with a price tag of $908 billion. We have Mitch McConnell's pathetic proposal, which we don't have a price tag on it because it's so low. And then we have that other private proposal from Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, which was private and we never actually saw it. However, here is the massive shift. Remember how Nancy Pelosi has been holding this position of it's either all or nothing, the $2.2 trillion HEROES Act, the watered down version, or it's nothing. Remember that, how she kind of dug in and she said, I'm not moving, it's all or nothing. She just broke. Her and Chuck Schumer were just out in a statement a little while ago, and they said that they want to have the new bipartisan proposal, that $908 billion proposal that was released yesterday, that we just talked about this morning, yesterday. They want to start that. They want to use that as the foundation. This is massive. The reason this is massive is because Nancy Pelosi has come down. What is the math? $1.3 trillion again? So this puts her under $1 trillion. This is amazing. This is actually really, really big because we've been waiting for this literally for probably since May or so, since they passed that initial HEROES Act. She's been dug in ever since. The fact that she just came down is she's waving the white flag. She's surrendering. Wow, this is massive. So the fact that they are willing to take this new bipartisan proposal as a starting point with a price tag of $908 billion is huge. So I think this is finally showing the hand of some of the poker players in the game, and maybe they're bluffing a little bit. But the fact of the matter is that doesn't really matter. The fact is that they are finally coming together a little bit. Of course, Mitch McConnell is down at whatever price tag he's at. However, that doesn't matter. The reason is Mitch McConnell is going to be much more willing to take a proposal and an agreement around that $1 trillion mark versus over $2 trillion. We just know that was never going to happen. However, we're going to use this $908 billion package as the new starting point according to Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. So this is really big stuff. They were just out in that statement. So however, like I said, they're going to use this as a foundation, the starting point, just like we've been talking about with that skinny bill. So it can be used to build upon this. Now, what can we anticipate Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and the Democratic Party want to add to this proposal? We can anticipate they're probably going to add a few things, a few $100 billion worth of stuff. So Nancy Pelosi previously wanted about $400 billion in state and local government funding. In the current proposal, with this 908 bipartisan proposal, it's at $160 billion for state and local. I wouldn't be surprised to see Nancy Pelosi come in and ask for more there. I don't know how much. We don't know. I highly doubt she's going to get the $400 billion, but she may ask for another $100 billion or so, or $50 billion. We don't know, but anticipate she's going to ask for more money there. She's probably going to ask for additional money for rental assistance. There's $25 billion built into this package. We can anticipate she'd probably ask for maybe a little more on that. Maybe not because it's $25 billion, but maybe she'll ask for a little bit more there. Maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 15 billion additional money there. We can also anticipate she's probably going to ask for some type of food assistance, as in SNAP benefits, those kinds of things. She wants that. That's very important to her and the Democrats. I'm not sure if it's included. I honestly did not see it in that $908 billion proposal. I would anticipate Nancy Pelosi is going to come in and ask for some money there. Maybe 10 billion, maybe 15. We don't know what the number is going to be, but anticipate there will probably be some money asked for with food assistance. Now, you're wondering, what about stimulus checks? I would anticipate Nancy Pelosi is going to come in and say, we're not passing anything, we're not agreeing to anything unless we add a little bit of chump change for the people called stimulus checks. I called it chump change because honestly, at this point, $1,200 isn't going to get people very far. However, it's going to be better than nothing. $1,200 would be a lifeline for so many people right now. So we can anticipate, I would speculate, Nancy Pelosi is going to come in and ask for those $1,200 stimulus checks. In all, I would say the final proposal that Nancy's going to probably bid this thing up to, I would guess around that $1.4 to $1.5 trillion price tag, which I feel like for old Mitchie boy, Mitch McConnell, I feel like, that's not that bad. That's about, call it, I don't know, 700, 800 billion less than what Nancy Pelosi was previously asking for. So this is actually massive. This is big. They have been apart. Both parties here, Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi, have been so far apart for so long. Prior to the election, we know that Steve Mnuchin, Treasury Secretary, he was at about that $1.9 trillion price tag, and the stimulus talks fell apart. After the elections, we basically haven't had anything going on between these people up until yesterday. However, we're cooking with gas, people. We are cooking with some gas on the fire now. Yesterday, we got all those proposals, and now things are cooking here. I think these people finally realize, hey, our recess is coming up. The people are hurting badly right now. Everybody needs some stimulus relief, and we need to get something done because they're scheduled to leave at the end of next week. The House is, anyway. The Senate's going to hang around for another week. But my point is, if they don't get anything done before they leave on recess, they're going to have a ton of pressure from all kinds of people saying, hey, you guys didn't do your job. You think you're going on recess? Not a chance. You guys are staying here and you're going to do something. So they're looking at their own well-being saying, we want to go home for vacation and we want to go sit and do whatever we do on vacation, which I'm guessing probably isn't much considering they don't do anything at work. So why would they do anything with their personal lives? But anyway, so I think they're looking at this thinking, we want to get out of here next week. Let's get something done here. Let's push it through. Let's get some stimulus. And remember, there's going to be more stimulus next year. Joe Biden has already made this very clear that whatever stimulus is done during the lame duck session, there's definitely going to be more next year. So we all know that there's probably going to be more next year after the inauguration, but we need something to bridge the gap from where we are now in early December until, call it, basically February. So we need something now. This is massive. We finally have Nancy throwing in the towel. She's waving the white flag. Oh, Nancy, we took her down. But anyway, this is good stuff. I'm so happy about this. This is great. We finally got one of the sides to cave in, and that's what we need. Now we just need them to come together. Hopefully, Mitch McConnell will kind of negotiate a little bit and work his way up from this. Nancy came down. Now it's time for Mitch to come up. So either way, this is good stuff, people. I know we don't have an agreement yet, but we needed this to happen before we could get any type of agreement. So this is good. I'm actually excited about this rather than just being completely frustrated with all these people. So good stuff. I'm excited. I hope, I've said this like 100 times in the last 6 months, but I really hope and I think we're probably going to get something. We don't know what's going to include, but I'll continue watching it, and I'm excited. This is good stuff. Enjoy your day. Stay safe, and I'll keep you tuned with everything going on.